Welcome back to the Kickback Lounge podcast. My name is Drew Young, and I'm here with my co-host today.
It's Kenny Brown in the building, guys. What is going on?
Hope you guys are having a good day. We got some good topics for you. A lot happening in the news. Some Pigtail Theory. I think that's what we're going to start with is Pigtail Theory, if you guys ever heard of that.
Yep.
You know, we're getting into it. It might get controversial, bro. I don't know.
Might get a little bit touchy, but we'll keep you on the ride.
All right. And then we got some Dalai Lama stuff. That was odd if you guys seen the Dalai Lama stuff.
Oh, man.
And
honestly, that when I first saw the video, I thought it was fake. And I was like, oh, this has to be like fucking Mad TV or some shit.
People are pretty divided about that. I mean, people are pretty divided about a lot of things nowadays, but they're pretty divided on the Dalai Lama situation.
Yeah, for sure. We'll get into it.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Make sure you check it out. And we got some other stuff here that we're going to get into. You'll have to stay tuned to figure out what it is. And make sure before the video starts, you like the video and sub to the channel. Support the boys, you know?
Yeah. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
We're back in the building.
We are
on the podcast.
Here. We are
on
here.
The platform.
Exactly. We're in downtown St. Louis, and across my desk, there was a story. Some
hot off the press.
People are outraged, but are they taking advantage? Let's get into it. The Pigtail Theory.
Oof.
If you guys haven't heard, it's circulating around TikTok. And this article, according to this article, is pretty disgusting, man.
Oh, yeah. There's some disgusting actions going and taking place right now.
We're going to give our opinions first, I'll say, and then we'll get into what it is. So I think that I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with this.
Okay.
But we will.
And before we get started, I wanted to say, like, when we talk about things like this, when it's specific to a group or audience or to a group of people, just know that this is just us going through it. Go ahead and just presenting you guys with the information.
Because we only speak facts on the show.
I was going to say, like, take it for what it is. It's entertainment. So don't come at us with pitchforks and knives. We are simply delivering the story and giving our opinion. All right, Drew, let's get into it.
But if you do, I mean, like the video while you're here. So
yeah, just give us a like.
The Pigtail Theory. So essentially what the Pigtail Theory is, there was this girl on TikTok, and she started to notice that if she wore her hair in the pigtail style, she would get more tips, better tips at her job. They didn't say if it was from men or women, but this article says presumably men. Do you have... And they're saying it's a disgusting thing because it's all about guys wanting younger girls.
Man, I feel like audiences nowadays, we're so sensitive, guys. We really are. There was a movie, if you guys remember, Shallow Hal, featuring Jack Black, where he basically played a woman who was overweight and saw herself skinnier, or vice versa.
So he basically played the role.
That was a movie.
He basically played the role of like a lot of chicks nowadays.
Well, yeah. Oh no, I remember what it was. He saw her skinnier, and she was actually fat as shit.
Okay,
that's what it was. Okay, so you know what I mean? Like, we made movies about that kind of stuff, and we'd go to the movies and say, "Oh, that's a funny movie. That's an enjoyment." When we look at stuff like this, the pig hair theory. Sorry,
pigtail.
It really drives me nuts, dude. It grinds my gears. I'm on the side of this fence of this is stupid as shit.
Hold on, let me ask you this first.
Go ahead. I'm going off on a tangent.
Right. What do you think when you see a pretty female walking down the street? She's got pigtails on. What do you think? Like,
yeah, she's more attractive for sure. Now, if you ask me if it's more attractive due to me seeing her as younger or more, like the hot high schooler or whatever, stuff like shit like that, the fantasy thing. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's more, I don't know. What do you think it is? What do you think it is that draws men to pigtails? And I'm kind of throwing the question back at you.
Maybe it's like, well, shout out Mike Claiborne. He always said, if you ask a question, I always know the answer to that. So just keep that in mind. That's good advice. So I have my answer. But what I see Well, first of all, let's think about it from this perspective. If she has pigtails versus like, let's say she has her hair in a bun, right? She's preparing more a little bit. If you think about it, like she's like actually being mindful of her appearance, which is nice.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
But my counter argument to that is like when you look at traditional media like beer commercials or Corona commercials, the woman is typically having her hair down. You ever notice that?
Beer commercials?
Yeah. Advertisements.
I never noticed that.
Beer commercials. The woman's hair is always down.
Straight hair is nice.
It's curly. It's behind. But I've noticed it's like when it comes to this article, they say 20 million. This 20 million is how popular this became.
Well, explain that.
So
explain what that means.
Yeah. So she's obviously the trend took off on TikTok, and if you guys don't know, there's a lot of women who tried to do the trend as well. They've done this thing at work where they kind of put their hair in the pigtails to see if it works. They call it an experiment. 20 million people have been affected by this experiment, and a lot of those women have said it worked. And for me, it's like looking at that, it just definitely shows you that like what our, I guess, brains kind of gravitate towards. And I guess in her argument, it's because, grown men see a younger woman and, they try to flirt with you, and it in turn gives you more tips. I just don't think that is true. I think that men...
it might be true, but I don't think it's for the reason, like, I don't think you're a creep if you like a girl with pigtails. Like some things you're just attracted to more. But yeah, this trend was started in September 2021. The username is Alive and Well and Sexy, aka Grace. aka Grace. That's why you always just go by your regular name, bro.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Grace. Like, what do you call her? What do you call her when you see her? Do you be like, hey, what's up, Alive and Well and Sexy? How are you doing? No, but yeah, like you said, a lot of women on TikTok tried this and they got better results.
Yeah.
One of these stories said like, oh, she got asked on a date. I mean, how attractive is she? She probably gets asked out on a date like all the time. If I think this particular person was like a waitress.
Yep.
So like, I mean, we know that happens all the time.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And that's the thing is like, I feel like that's kind of interesting that they said it worked a lot of the times, because it's like whenever we go out to these bars, I'll be honest, there's definitely a lot of sleaze guys who like that kind of stuff. And I know for a fact if there's
like some weird kinky shit.
And I know for a fact if there's any like waitresses and stuff like putting their hair back at those types of places, for sure they're getting more tips.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting.
But are you feeding into it if you do the trend like, oh, let me see, you're like feeding into that same thing,
into the narrative?
If you're bashing it, I mean, if you're not bashing it, it's one thing. Like, it's just a strategic marketing strategy, we'll say. Get your bag. But if you're like trying to be like, oh, these guys are creepy, and then you're doing it, it's like, come on, bro. You're just feeding into the mentality.
You're feeding into that mentality of like, oh, okay, it's okay to do those things. It's okay to get glorified and sexualized for those things. And that's kind of like my argument, or like my debate with this whole thing, and like my problem with this entire culture of like this type of stuff. It's like, oh, it's a trend, it's trendy, let's try it out, let's do it. But it's the same thing. I mean, it's the same thing as like people getting mad when guys are putting air tags on cars and shit. Like this entire like TikTok generation. No, seriously.
What do you mean?
This TikTok generation, like it's fucked.
Is that a trend or something?
Well, there was like a thing that shows like, yeah, people that guys do that. And like,
just like
creepy guys. Yeah. And it's just like my point is like someone will see that, and then another guy will see that, and then another guy will see that, and next thing you know, it's got 1 million views, and you don't know who knows what.
Yeah.
That's my problem. It's like with the TikTok stuff too, it's like they're putting this information out there, but what if you're a woman who just doesn't know anything about the pigtail theory, and you're just wearing pigtails to a bar, and I mean you get like over sexualized, or like, God forbid.
Hey man, it is what it is. You know what you were doing.
Extreme,
you know what you were doing.
So
come on, man.
Yeah, but like with the whole TikTok thing, and we're probably not gonna have TikTok for too much longer.
Montana, they passed a bill to ban it, but it hasn't been signed yet by the governor, so it's not technically banned in Montana yet. But
it's probably on its way in a lot of states. But it's just interesting. It's very interesting. Do
you have a problem with this? Do you have a problem with this? Yes or no?
Do I have a problem with women going out and getting the bag? No.
No, not that.
Do
just
I have
like
a
the
problem
pigtail
with the theory itself? Yes, because I hate that women can just keep taking advantage of men for their use, but like in other uses, they'll say like in the same breath, they'll be like,
But-
"Oh, that's wrong to sexualize women
Okay.
or looking a certain way or having hair or wearing a certain fit." Like they say like, "Oh, it's wrong to sexualize a woman for that." But then you do stuff like this, and it's like, you know, what's the line? What's the line?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, pigtail theory, it is what it is, bro. Like, if that's what the majority of men, like, are more attracted to it, like, what are you going to get mad at? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
I say
man.
on that. But make sure to comment your thoughts. What do you think this is creepy if you like pigtails, I guess? Have you tried it out? Will you try it out? Do you think it works? Let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah.
All right.
That's interesting. Do you have anything else to say about that? I mean, honestly,
That's
would
it.
you
I was
fuck
wrapping
with
the
that?
segment.
You fuck with that? The pigtail theory at all?
What do you mean?
Like anything with it?
I like girls with pigtails, and I had before this. So it is what it is. Like, what am I going to be like? Oh, no, that's fucking weird. Like,
No, it's just like certain women. It's just
hey, man.
they feel like they take
Nah, bro.
advantage.
Because, like, not even just pigtails in general, but there's different styles of hair, you know,
Yeah,
that women wear that you can find more attractive. Like, there's no problem with that.
that's facts.
But I get the angle they're saying, like, but it's like if like the schoolgirl outfit, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like I can see there, you know,
But
but
some guys like that. I'm not one of them, but I know what you mean.
the whole anime, like, just in general, bro.
Yeah, that shit can get weird.
Yeah. So, man,
The tentacles,
you're mad at pigtail theory. Look at fucking weeaboos, bro.
the furries, bro. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
God.
all I have to say about that.
All right.